of shout outs. A little bit of shout outs. Let me come in the Zoom. Yes, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us this evening on a Monday evening doing signals and precise training. Yes, once again, my name is Mavuto Mopiwa, joining you guys from Johannesburg. Yes, in South Africa. Yes, I have seen some names in the chat. Allow me to go there and then do some shout outs. Yes, let me go there and do some shout outs and welcome everybody to our training. Yes, let me go there and then welcome everybody to our training. Where should I start? Where should I start? Where should I start? I see the inbox is full. Okay, let me start from Akro. Yes, Akro is joining us from Uganda. Okay, yes, we do have Lalati joining us from South Africa. Okay, Caleb joining us from Barara in Uganda. Okay, we do have Taplogo joining us from Botswana. Okay, Ginger joining us from Uganda. Yes, Jokes all the way from Kenya. Okay, what about Lady Catherine joining us from Lady Catherine? Where are you joining us from? Lady Catherine, where are you joining us from? We need to know you. Yes. All right, Alfred Malugu, all the way from Morogoro, Tanzania. Wow. Okay. Lindy, is it Lindley joining us from Moteno in Eastern Cape? That is South Africa. Okay, thank you so much, Lindley, for joining us. Okay, Dilimeke from Namibia. Okay, Floxy. Yeah, we do Floxy Babe joining us from Nigeria. Okay, Herbert joining us from Uganda. Lucy joining us from Lesotho. Lawrence all the way from Uganda. Shakamdia, yes, Pretoria, SA. Yes, thank you for joining us. James Esaku from Uganda. What about Franco from Ginger? Franco joining us from Ginger. Okay. Gladys joining us from Nairobi, Kenya. Okay. Catherine joining us from Italy. Thank you so much, Catherine. Okay. Kennedy from Uganda, but now is in Saudi Arabia. Okay, Kate joining us from Nigeria. Yes, is it Akira Priest joining us from Uganda? That is Lugazi. Yes, all right. Yes, we do have Jonathan Mulamba all the way from South Sudan. What about Ma George Molisani? Yes, Ma George Molisani joining us from Lesotho. We do have Nancy from Kenya. We do have Moffat, yes. Zimbabwean joining us from Pretoria in South Africa. We do have Habib joining us from London, UK. We do have Slivio from South Sudan. Okay, Sibanda from Zimbabwe. Mrs. E. Muzingwa from Zimbabwe as well. What about Chadwick Bibo all the way from Kenya? Bravo joining us from Dubai. Okay. What about Melbot? Yes, we do have Melbot Ferdinand from Nigeria. Okay. Lindley from South Africa. Farouk Hassan, yes, Busia border in Uganda. Okay, Hydri joining us from Dubai Sports City. And we do have Makan all the way from Lesotho. Makan, you're welcome. Ariebi Juliet joining us from Saudi Arabia. Grace joining us from Uganda. Lirato joining us from Lesotho. Yes. Brooke joining us from Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. Kamba. Yes, Kamba Stefan joining us from Uganda, as well as William. Yes, joining us from Kigoma, that is Tanzania. Okay, Daisy joining us from Derek joining us from Uganda. Ronald is here, but is not telling us where he's joining us. Mamti from Dubai. Yes, we do have Enyaku Nicholas all the way from Mukono in Uganda. Jansita, Kenya, Nairobi. Arihopolite, Uganda. What about Smart, all the way from Dubai? Okay, all right. And we do have Ronald. Ronald is joining us from Uganda. Precious joining us from Saudi Arabia, but currently in, joining us from Saudi Arabia, but he's a Ugandan. Okay, Smart joining us from Dubai. Florence from Kisumu, Kenya. Yes, Iga joining us from Cameroon. Okay, what about Sheldon? Sheldon joining us from South Africa. Aha. The last but not least, we do have, yes, John Samuela. John Samuela, all the way from Nigeria. Okay, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Now we know you as Crypto Ambassadors member. What about Nuriat from Saudi Arabia? Nuriat. Yes. Yeah. Well done. Saudi Arabia is on fire tonight. Amos, all the way from Kenya. Yes, I think Saudi Arabia is competing with Uganda. Yes, if I may say so. Yes. What about Philip, all the way from Nigeria? Okay. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. Yes, you have been amazing. You are wonderful. And we are not taking it for granted. Yes, you could have been somewhere tonight, but you decided to be here. Okay, so we are doing signals and presets. That's what we are doing tonight. Yeah, we'll be looking at that. So I think I'm gonna be, yes, $1 million, General $1 million. Yes, from Nigeria. Yes. General $1 million is in the house from Nigeria. Okay, so let's go and do signals and presets. Yes, that's the reason why we are here. So I think I'm going to be brief. Then after that, I'm going to give enough platform for questions. Yes, I'm going to be brief. Then I'm going to give enough time for questions. All right, that's what I'm going to do tonight. I'll be brief. Yes, I'll be brief. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, our leaders that are joining us from different parts of the world, someone is asking this. The Zoom is already being recorded. The Zoom is already being recorded. Yes, Sibanda, why are you requesting for the Zoom to be recorded? It's already recorded. The Zoom is already being recorded and it's live. Okay. Yes. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, I was saying protocol observed to our leaders. I'm not going to be able to mention them one by one, but protocol observed to all the leaders that are in the house. So, allow me to share my screen. Allow me to share my screen. And then we go to signals and presets. Okay. All right. So I'm sharing my screen, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. If you are able to see my screen, can you give me one in the chat? If you are able to see my screen, please give me one in the chat. Sometimes you start sharing your screen and some people probably they are not able to see it. So if you are able to see my screen, please give me one in the chat. I just want to make sure that it is visible to everybody. Okay. All right. Yes. So let me proceed. Let me proceed. Okay. So I'm coming here. I just want us to go to one WhatsApp group where signals are shared. Okay. Allow me to go to one WhatsApp group where signals are shared so that we can go there and pick a signal. Okay. Yeah. I'm just looking for one group. There is one group that signals are shared. Let me pick this one here. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? And now I'm getting confused now. Let me come here. Yes. Signals are shared in this group. All right. Yes, signals are shared in this group. Let me pick just one signal. Okay. Yes. Probably let me look for this one. I think this one is going to be quicker. Okay, let me look for this one. There is a signal group here. Okay, yes, this one. I was looking for this one. I was looking for this signal group. Yes, if you are in this group, I'm sure you are able to receive signals. If you are in this group, I'm sure you are able to receive signals. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, you can see this is a signal. It just came around 4 minutes past 8. Okay, so this is an example of a signal. This is an example of a signal. All right, I said I'm going to be precise and straight to the point. Okay, so you can see that this is a signal. All right, this is how a signal looks like. It needs to have a signal name. It needs to have a signal name. Okay, it do have what we call a preset price. Sometimes the preset price, it says current price. Okay, and do have what we call take profit, and then buy in callback, as well as a margin call drop. All right, yes. So let me look for a signal maybe that is having a huge margin call drop. Yes, a huge margin call drop. Where is this other group? Where is this other group that I normally pick signals from? Let me look for it. Let me look for it. That group doesn't have a lot of messages. It's only for signals. So let me search for one. Am I going to find it? Is it going to appear here? Okay, here, yes, here. All right, for this group. All right, so here is a signal, an example of a signal. It says Acro. Name of the signal is Acro. It's got a preset price. It's got a take profit as well as a drop. Now, when a signal has been dropped like this, how do we set it up? Now, let's go to our Royal Q application. This is how a signal looks like, all right? Yes, this is how a signal looks like. So we're gonna go to Royal Q and then set this signal. And then after that, then I'll come and take your questions, all right? Yes, so let's go to Royal Q. Let's go to Royal Q. Gonna come here, and then we go to our Royal Q application. Okay, so this is our Royal Q application. Then we come here, then we look for Acro. All right, yes. So this is our Royal Q app. When we come here, we are on the home screen. We are on the home screen. Okay, that's where we are. Now, we need to understand right here on top, we do have different types of exchanges that our robot is connected to right here on top. Yes, different exchanges that our robot is connected to. Can you see that? Yes. So before you start looking for a coin, make sure that your robot is connected to the right exchange where that particular coin is. Okay, so come there on top, tick the exchange that is connected to your robot. Okay, if you're trading in Huobi, you're gonna tick on Huobi. If you're trading in Binance, you tick on Binance. Okay, so let's go. All right, so it means now I am in Binance. So the signal says Acro. Okay, the signal says Acro. Acro is right here. Acro is right here. Okay, yes. If we cannot find Acro among the list, there is a search button here. Okay, you just need to click on the search. Then you are going to find the name of the coin that you're looking for. You write Acro there. For example, if you're looking for Acro, you write Acro. Then Acro is going to appear. Okay, that's the name of the coin we are looking for. So this is Acro. Then what do? We click on it. All right, we click on Acro, then we click create. We want to set a signal up. We click create. All right, yes. So let me click create. I'm clicking create. When you click create, you're gonna land on this page. You're going to see there is the Martingale robot. grid bot, and then there's a future bot. I need to update my application. All right, right now it's only 2 robots that are appearing there, but we are looking for this, the Martingale bot. That's what we are looking for, this one here. Okay, so we're gonna click on Martingale. When you click on Martingale, it's gonna be highlighted like that. Then you proceed by clicking create. You proceed by clicking create. All right, so we click create, then we land on this page. Then when we land on this page, we're not gonna put our focus here. No, we're gonna put our focus here. Why? Because we are creating our own strategy. That's why we feel free to create our own strategy, because there is more flexibility in what? In RoyalQ. So let's go and create our own strategy. So how do we do that? We click next. We click the next. Okay, yes, we do have the first next, which is this one, but we click the second next. Okay, yes, so let's click there. When we click on that next, then we're gonna land now on Acro. Okay, so this is our coin that is given in the signal. Okay, now for us to start typing here, we need to click first trade setting. We need to click first trade setting. When we click on trade setting, then it's gonna be able to give us this template where we are able to start typing. Okay, it is already on manual create. Sometimes when you click on this page, you will discover that it is under smart create. Okay, so make sure that is under manual create. When it is under smart create, it looks like that. Okay, when it is under smart create, it looks like that, but we want manual create. All right, yes. So we're gonna start with our first buy-in amount. We are putting $15, our first buy-in amount. Okay, yes. This open position doubled, make sure that it is off. Okay, open position doubled, it should be off. Yes, AI margin call, it also should be what? Off. Okay, so how much margin calls, how many margin calls are we trading with? We are trading with 4 margin calls. The signals that are given is 4 margin calls. All right, but I'm gonna come back here later on. I'll come back here later on. Yes, I'll try to be quick so that I explain something here after 4 margin calls. What do we do next? All right, so we are going to put our margin call limit to be 4. We are putting 4 margin call limit. Okay, yes, the robot is going to buy 4 times. Okay, margin call limit, it means how many times do we want the robot to buy? Okay, so we want the robot to buy 4 times. All right, so our take profit according to the signal, here is our signal here. Here is our signal. Okay, this is the signal. So our take profit, it says 3%. Okay, it says 3%. So let's go and put in our 3% in our signal. So we are going to put, we're gonna put 3.1. Okay, we are targeting 3% full. So we're gonna put 3.1. What about whole position take profit callback? Did they give us in the signal? No, they did not give us. So normally our whole position take profit callback, it should be 0.01, or you can put 0.2. Okay, you can put 0.01. all right, or either you can put 0.2. It is still okay. All right, yes. Now on buy-in callback here, we also put 0.01. all right, that's the buy-in callback. Now our strategy should be 1 shot. We are trading with 1 shot strategy. Here, strategy period, it should be 1 shot. Okay, sometimes you discover that there is a cycle here, it's gonna be like that. So change cycle to 1 shot. All right, now let's come here on margin configuration. how do we want the robot to buy the 4 margin calls? How do we want the robot to buy the 4 margin calls? That's what we call margin configuration. Yes, these 4 margin calls, how do we want the robot to buy them? So we set them here on margin configuration. All right. Yes. Let's come here quickly. Then we come here on margin configuration. All right. So this is the default settings. Okay. This is the default settings of Royal Q. Normally, there should be a 2 here. Normally, you're going to find a 2 there. Okay. But when it comes to this side, it is default setting. Okay. Now, what is the margin call drop that is given in the signal? Let's check it out. Can you see here, ladies and gentlemen? Can you see here? There is a drop of 4% according to the signal. 4% drop. Okay. That is our margin call drop. Okay. That is the total. So when we come to the margin call drop, okay, the margin call drop side, it is this side. It is this side. Okay, yes. So from call number 1 to 4, okay, remember we are trading with 4 margin calls. So from call number 1 to 4, the total call drop is 4%. Okay, so how do we allocate the 4% to these 4 margin call drop? Okay, how do we allocate the 4% to the 4 calls? Remember, there are 4 calls. So we are going to divide. We're going to take the margin call drop percentage, which is 4, we are going to divide by number of margin calls. Okay, margin call drop percentage, which is 4, we are going to divide it by number of margin calls. All right, so in this case, we are going to get 1. It's gonna be 1, isn't it? So every margin call drop, we are going to allocate 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay, this is the total number of margin call drop, which is 4. Okay, against 4 margin calls. So it is 4 divided by 4. Okay, if the margin call drop is 5%, it's gonna be 5 divided by 4. Okay, if the margin call drop is 6%, it means 6 divided by 4. Okay, are we together? How do we allocate the margin call drop against the margin calls? All right, yes. So let's edit there. Let's do some editing quickly. Let's do some editing quickly here. All right, so we are putting 1. We are putting 1. We are putting 1. That is according to signal, right? We are doing this according to the signal that is given. So we have done our margin call drop, which is 4%. Now, allow me to put 2 here first. Okay. Now, we have done this part. We have done this part, which is our margin call drop. We have done this part, which is our margin call drop. Now, here, this is our capital. Okay. Yes, this is our capital. Now, so it simply means when the price of Accro drops by 1%, the robot should buy us 2 times. Okay, on the first call alone. This is the first call. When the price of Accro drops by 1%, the robot should buy us 2 times. When it drops again by 1%, the robot should buy us 4 times. When it drops again by 1%, the robot should buy us 8 times. When it drops again 1%, the robot should buy us 6 times. So the total here, it is 4% in drop. Okay, now here we call it multiple buy-in ratio. Multiple buy-in ratio. Every time when the robot is buying with the $15, which is our first buy-in amount, it should buy how many times with the 15? That's what we call multiple buy-in ratio. Okay, yes, we've got our $15 as first buy-in amount. If I confirm here and save, can you see we do have here $15 as our first buy-in amount? Okay, so when we come here when we come here on margin configuration, what are we saying? We are saying when the price of Acro drops by 1%, the robot should buy us 2 times 15. Okay? Yes. And when it drops again by 1%, the robot should buy 4 times 15. All right, let's proceed. Here it means 8 times 15. Okay? 16 times 15. That's what it means. Okay? So let's find our capital. If we are to trade with this strategy, which is we call it the double up method, meaning to say is 2, 4, 8, 16. It always doubles up the first buy. Okay? Yes, it is called the double up method, which is the best method. So every time it buys, it doubles the previous buy, which is 2, 4, 8, 16. All right? So let's do some calculations. If we are to trade with this method, the double up method, how much capital we're gonna need here? If 2 times 15 is equal to 30, and 4 times 15 is equal to 60, all right? 8 times 16, 15, how much is it? That is 120, right? Yes. And 16 times 15, what is that? That is 240. Okay. So 240 plus 120 plus 60 plus 30, it is the total amount of money that is needed for the robot to buy these 4 calls using $15. So how much capital do we need here? I need an answer in the chat. How much capital do we need here to trade with this method? With this strategy, the double up method? 30 plus 60 plus 120 plus 240. And don't forget to add the first buy-in amount, which is 15. Okay? Yes, the first buy-in amount 15 is not included here. It's not included there. All right? On the double up method. So how much do we need here as our capital? Give me an answer in the chat. How much do we need here as our capital to trade Acro? Okay? To trade Acro, how much do we need? How much do we need? 365. Is that correct? Is that correct? 365 or 465? 365 or 465? Where do we get the 500 and the 470? Where do we get the 500 and the 470? Which one is the correct answer? Which one is the correct answer? It is 465. Yes, it's $465. That's what we needed to trade on that strategy. Okay, let's go back now. 465 is needed for this strategy. Okay, now we can still change on the multiple buy-in ratio. If we say the robot should buy, okay, the robot should buy 2 there. Here it buys 3 times. This one is what we call the Fibonacci, right? Yes. And here it buys 5 times, and here it buys 8 times. All right. This is what we call the Fibonacci. Okay. So the first one, we need $465. So this one, it means 2 times 15, 3 times 15, 5 times 15, 8 times 15. Okay. Yes. How much is needed here? This is $30, right? Yes. And how much is needed here? This is $45, right? Yes. How much is needed here? 5 times 15. How much is needed there? How much is needed there? How much is needed there? 5 times 15. How much do we need there? Give me an answer in the chat. And 8 times 15, how much is needed there? Give me an answer in the chat. Give me an answer in the chat. And how much is the total? How much is the total to trade with this Fibonacci of 2, 3, 5, and 8? How much is the total which is needed? Plus 15. Don't forget plus 15, which is our first buy-in amount. The total here plus 15. That is our first buy-in amount. How much capital do we need to trade with the Fibonacci? How much capital do we need to trade with the Fibonacci? How much capital do we need to trade with the Fibonacci? How much capital do we need to trade with Fibonacci? How much capital? How much capital? How much capital? 285. Correct. 285 is needed to trade the Fibonacci. Okay. Now, another method which we call the +1. The +1. Okay. Yes, we've got another method which is the +1. So it means we can change from there is equal to 2. Okay. 2, 4, we can do like that. We can do 2, 3, 4, 5, or we can do 1. We can do 1. Okay. We do 2. We do 3. That is depending on your capital on the +1. Okay. Yes, it means it's gonna add 1 more from the previous. So it can be 1, 2, 3, 4, or either you can put 2, 3, okay, 4 there, okay, here 5, okay. Yes, that is the +1. You can do that. You can put 1, 2, 3, 4, okay, or you can put 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you multiply that, whatever you are going to add here, then you multiply that by 15, 15, which is your first buying amount, 15, 15, okay? Then you are going to get the capital here of the +1, depending on how you are putting your +1, okay? But here, this is our total margin call drop, okay? Now, I have finished here. I have shown you double up method, Fibonacci method, and +1 method. Okay, if your capital is less than this that you are getting here, then you can also juggle around with the numbers. Let's say you are trading with $100. Then you can split your $100 among these 4 margin calls. All right, you can do your mathematics and say, if I put 1 here, the robot buys 15 times. How much am I left with? If I put 2 here, the robot buys 2 times, which is 30. How much is left from my $100? So you can just play around with the numbers here, which is the way that you are trying to fit in your capital. But the best method, it is the Fibonacci, okay? Yes, Fibonacci and double up. Those are better than the +1. Okay, so let me confirm. Let me leave the double up method here. I say 2, then I say 4, then I say 8, and I say 16. Okay, I'm leaving this one here. Now I save. Then after that, I confirm. I confirm. That's the signal that is given. What is remaining here? It is the preset price. The signal has got a preset price. Look here. There's a preset price of 0.01288. Okay. According to the time the signal was dropped, that was the preset price. So it's 1288. Okay. Let's come here and put our preset price. Let's come here and put our preset price. But now the preset price is not going to work out because the current price of Acro, it is 12, which is 0.01231. Our preset price says 0.012, okay, 88. Okay, so this is higher than this one. Okay, this is higher than this one. Okay, so the preset should be lower than the current price. Let's assume that our preset price is 0.012, okay, 12, probably, let's put 20, okay? It should be 1220 at the end, all right? So let's put in the preset price together. So I'm clicking here on preset here. I'm putting in the preset price 0.01220. That's the preset. I'm confirming. I confirm. When I click start, the robot is going to be in a waiting mode, is not going to buy immediately. It is waiting for this price to come down to this price here, to this price here. Can we see? This price need to come down to this price. Okay, we do have 12.20 here. We do have 12.27 here. I'm only counting the last 4 numbers. Okay, yes. So 12.27 should come down to 12.20. Then the robot is going to buy. Okay, are we together now? Are we okay, ladies and gentlemen? Are we okay, ladies and gentlemen? If you are following, give me 1 in the chat. If you are following, give me 1 in the chat. I'm left with one thing. Then after that, I'm gonna allow you to ask your questions. I'm left with one thing. Yes, if you are following, give me 1 in the chat. If you are following, give me 1 in the chat. Give me 1 in the chat. If you are following, give me 1 in the chat. Okay. All right. Let's go to our acro. Now, the robot has bought the 4 margin calls. Remember, we are trading with 4 margin calls now. The robot has bought the 4 margin calls here. This is our 4 margin calls. All right. The robot has bought the 4 margin calls here. Now, we want to open extra margin calls. We are assuming that the robot has bought these ones, but it did not reach our take profit. The price did not go up so that the robot can sell the 4 margin calls. The price is still going down, and we want to open margin calls on acro. Okay, now those margin calls that we are going to open, they are going to start from call number 5. Okay, yes, they are independent calls. Those are the ones that we call sub-cells. All right, so let's assume that we are adding 10 more margin calls. We want to open extra 10. Okay, apart from the 4, we want to add extra 10. Then we are going to have 14 margin calls. So we're going to come here, we are going to write 14. Okay, I'm saying our 4 margin calls, the robot has bought them. But now the price is still going down. We are opening extra margin calls. Okay, and we want the robot to buy 10 of them according to our capital. I'm just using that as an example. All right, now let's come and then set the extra 10 margin calls. Yes, we're gonna come on margin configuration. So the robot has bought from call number 1 to call number 4. It has bought till here. All right, so from call number 5, we need to set it up. We need to set it up. Okay, yes. Now this is what we do now. We want the robot to buy extra 10 margin calls. Extra 10 margin calls. All right, yes. Now we are giving 10 extra margin calls. Now, how do we set the extra 10? Can you see here? We are having 14 of them. From call number 5 here, from call number 5 to call number 14. These are independent margin calls. All right. So the question is, how deep do we want from call number 5 to call number 10? How deep do we want the robot to buy? Okay, how deep do we want the robot to buy? So we're gonna come here. We come here, we look at our current price of acro. Our current price of acro. This is the current price of acro. Okay, so we are going to take this price of acro. Okay, yes, we are going to take this price of acro. Then we are going to divide it by the call drop that we want. For example, we want the margin call drop of, let's say, 15%. let's say 15%. Okay, so we are going to take this and divide by 15. We are going to see how much Acro will go in terms of drop. In terms of drop, how far it can go. Let's go to our calculator. This is 1225. 1225 divided by 15. Let's go to our calculator and then come up with the margin calls that we are trying to add. Okay, so we are doing together here. The price of Acro is 1225. Okay, yes. So we want the price of Acro to drop with 15%, and then our robot should still continue buying even if this price drop till -15. So we are going to put our 15 there. Okay, I'm multiplying instead of dividing. Okay, so we are going to put, okay, I'm gonna put 15%. Okay, 15%. Am I correct? No, I'm not putting it right. It's 1225 multiplied by 15%. No, I'm not doing it correct. It should be division. It should be division. So we are going to divide how much percentage we want the coin to go. So we are saying we are giving it 15%. Where is my cursor? Okay, here. Okay, so this is the price of Acro, 0.01225. Am I correct? Let's go check. Now it's 229. Okay, 1229. All right. So what we are trying to do here, we are coming to open extra margin calls. Extra margin calls, and we want the robot to buy 15 dip, 15% dip. Okay, this is what we want the robot to buy extra, 15% dip. All right, yes. So we are putting 10 margin calls extra. So we're gonna take 15 divided by 10. Then we are going to allocate how much percentage per drop. Remember, this is our core drop, and we have added extra 10. Okay, extra 10 with minus 15% drop. Okay, so we come here. Let's go do the trade settings, margin call drop. I'm gonna come and take your questions. I think I'm left with 5 minutes. Okay, so let's set up the extra calls from call number 5. Okay, probably you want it every time it drops by 2%, it should buy. You can put it 2, 2, 2, 2. It depends how far do you want. If it's going to be 2, 2, it means the drop is going to be 20%. It is going to be 20%. I'm just using this as an example. 2, 2, 2. Okay. So from call number 4, from call number 1 to 4, it is already 4%. 4 plus this call drop that we have given, which is 20%, it is already 24%. So if Acro is going to go down -24, our robot will still continue to buy. Okay? Yes, our robot will continue to buy. But now we also need to work on our capital, which is this side now, which is this side. So here we can work out if we want to give, let's say, one time from call number 5. We can put one time. That is depending on the capital that we are allocating for the 10 margin calls. Okay, 10 margin calls. If we put 1, 1. Okay, let's finish it up. 1 and then 1 there. It means the 10 margin calls, we're gonna need something like $150. Remember, our first buying amount is 15. 15 times 10, okay, it is 150. Okay, we are putting in 150 for the extra 10 margin calls. All right, so there we go. We have open extra 10 margin calls. We confirm. Okay, here I put 12 instead of where did I put 12? I see 12 somewhere here. Yes, here. Supposed to put it 2. Okay, so I confirm. All right, now at the same time, let's come here and check our strategy mode. The strategy mode and the subposition take profit allocation here. We can put 0.01 there. Okay, this one we leave it like that. The 1.3, 1.3, 1.3, we will leave it like that for the sub calls from 5 to 14. Okay, yeah, so these are independent calls. Then we confirm. When we save here, then we confirm. Then after that, we come on strategy mode. Remember, it has bought 4 times already. Okay, so before it buys call number 5, we need to change the strategy mode. So we come here, we click on strategy mode. Then it is better, it should be on sub-bin mode, real-time settlement here. So that when the robot buys call number 5, it sells 1.3% profit. It gives us the capital for call number 5, and also it gives us the profit for call number 5. Okay, that's what it means, sub-bin mode, real-time settlement. Every time the robot buys from call number 5 going up, it is going to give us the capital for this call as well as the profit, which is 1.3%. It is going to give us. If it buys call number 6, it will give us capital back and profit back. Okay, so that's the sub-bin mode real-time settlement. When we put it on sub-bin mode, it is going to give us only the capital. If it buys call number 5, it will give us capital that was used to buy call number 5, but the profit, it takes it back to the market, which is the 1.3 profit. It will take it back to the market. Okay, so whole warehouse mode, it is 1, 2, 4. Okay, yes. If you are going to try to change this strategy after it has bought call number 5, it will never allow you to change it to this one or to this one. The moment it passes 4 calls and buy call number 5, before you change the strategy mode, it's not gonna allow you, it will still remain in whole warehouse mode. Okay, so make sure that when you are trading with more than 4 margin calls, come here and change the strategy mode so that you are able to benefit from the sub sales. All right, that is it. Let me come back now to Zoom. Let me come back to Zoom. All right, yes, questions now. Questions. Anybody with a question, you can raise your hand or you can come in the chat. Anybody with a question, you can raise your hand or come in the chat and type. We're gonna answer your question. Anyone with a question? Okay, let me go by the order. I'm gonna start with Precious. Then I'm gonna go to Tapologo, and then I'm gonna go to Global Association, and then Takum. Yes, Precious, I'm allowing you to unmute so that you can ask your question. Yes, go ahead, Precious.
Thank you for the presentation. My question is on the strategy mode. Is it possible to change from the sub-bin mode to go back?
Yes. You can change to go back, but you cannot change from whole warehouse mode when it has already bought the after it has bought the fifth core. You can change it to go back, but you can't change it forward if it happens that it has already bought core number 5. Going back is not a problem, but going forward. Did I answer your question, Precious? Okay, so that was Precious. Wanted to know if it's possible to change it back to sub-bin mode, real-time settlement to the other mode. Okay, right now I'm taking top is a Tapologo. Yes, Tapologo. I have asked you to unmute.
Hello. Good evening.
Yes, yes, good evening. Go ahead.
Okay, so I wanted to be clear on the whole position take profit, the whole position. I'm sorry, the whole position take profit ratio, the whole position take profit callback, and also the callback. But first, before I speak, I want to try to explain the whole position take profit ratio, because the way I understand it, it's like if we've got 3.01%, what it means is in all positions, our profit in the business has to be 3% to 3.01%. Am I right?
Yes, you are correct. Let me just go there and then break all those into one. So
Thank
that,
you, sir.
yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, so let me come here and share my screen. Then after that, I will come to you guys. Just put your hands up like that. I have noticed them. Let me share my screen and answer that question from Tapologo. Okay, so here, all right, let me come here. Whole position take profit ratio and whole position take profit callback and the buy-in callback. Okay, so our target here, it is 3%. All right, but remember, the mark for the robot to sell, the profit needed to fall by 0.2%. Okay, that's why in most cases we will put here 0.01 or 0.1. Okay, so that when the robot minuses this, minuses the 0.1, then we are remaining with 3% in full. Okay, so whole position take profit ratio, it is the profit percentage that we want the robot to give us after it has made the sell of the 4 margin calls. Okay, yes, this one here and this one works only from call number 1 to 4, but from call number 5 to call number 14 that we have put, okay, from call number 5 to call number 14, the robot is going to use these ones. It's gonna use the distributed take profit allocation, okay? It's gonna use the distributed take profit allocation and the subposition take profit callback. That is for call number call number 5 to 14. I'm using 14 because we put 14 margin calls. But from call number 1 to 4, the robot is gonna use this plus this, all right? Yes, so the whole position take profit callback, it is to be subtracted from the whole position take profit ratio. The reason why we are putting this figure here, sometimes the market will rise up like that. Remember, we are targeting 3%. So our 3%, let's say the market has been rising from here to here. Okay, so this movement, it is equal to 10%. But now our take profit was 3%. When we put a figure here and the market has gone up like this, instead of the robot giving us 3%, it is going to give us a total of 10% because of this figure here, which is the whole position take profit callback. All right, so that is our target. But now from call number 5 to call number 14, the robot will be giving us the distributed and take profit allocation, which is 1.3 there. It is going to be 1.3. This one, we don't change it. We normally leave it like that so that it can give us quickly. It should buy and sell easily. If we are going to raise this one, it's gonna take long for the robot to give us a profit in the sub-sales. So we always leave it small. Some they'll put it 1.2. Some they'll even take 1%. It depends, all right? So it means the 1.3 minus this one. The 1.3% minus this one, which is the sub-position take profit callback, all right? I don't know if I have answered your question, sir, on this point of sub-position take profit callback and the whole position take profit ratio. Did I answer your question, sir? Okay. All right, let me finish up with the hands, then I'm gonna come in the chat. Let me finish up with the hands, then I'm gonna come in the chat. Okay. Yes, Salihu. Salihu Takum, please ask your question.
Yeah, good evening.
Yes, good evening, sir.
Yeah, well done, sir. Although I came in lately, sir, to the Zoom.
Okay.
What are my suggestion? If we can get the recorded part of this Zoom, so that that people, or at least some, can go through the video again to understand the lecture more.
All right.
That is my.
Thank you so much. Your question is answered. This training is live and is being recorded, so you can just go to Crypto Ambassadors channel in YouTube. Then you're gonna see a recording of this training. Then you can watch it again.
Okay, can we get the link of the channel? Of the
okay, Crypto Ambassadors. Can somebody drop us a link of Crypto Ambassadors? Please, can somebody drop us a link of Crypto Ambassadors in the chat so that our brother here can access the channel and then watch this recording. Okay, I'm sure it's coming up. Then after that, global.com, please ask your question. Global.com.
Hello.
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay, my question is coming from
we can't hear you, sir.
Distribute and take profits. What is the giving? Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, go ahead. Distributed and take profit allocation.
What is the percentage given when you are? Yeah, but before the profit allocation, I mean, when you are doing the calls 1 to 14, I mean that 1 to 14 calls. What is the time? I mean, the call time is dropping. What is the call time? Because we say that we can use 1.3 for the distribution and profit and take profits without touching it.
Okay, so you are asking for the callback.
Yeah, from some researches I've done and some places I've seen some settings, they said that distribute and take profit based on the percentage given on the call drops, like how many margin calls. But inside that margin call, like when you're setting inside margin call, I don't know the percentage you used. So I'm just asking, I want to know, maybe you can take us to the 14 margin calls. I want to see the percentage behind it. And also, lastly, what is the capital for that set for 14?
Okay, all right. Thank you so much. Let me share my screen. I was using that as an example. I was not taking a specific strategy, okay? I was just showing you how you can allocate the margin configuration on the 14 cores. So I was saying from core number 5 here, okay? I'm saying you want the price to drop to 20%, okay? So that your coin should continue trading even if the price drops to -20. Okay, remember you are already having 4% from core number 1 to 4. So together you are having 24% minus. So from core number 5 here, okay, I was saying if you decide to have 20% margin call drop for the core number 5 to 14, you can decide to put it 2, 2, 2, 2. You discover that from core number 5 to core number 14, all right, you are going to have that margin call drop. This one that I'm putting here is not a specific setting strategy. I'm just assuming that you want the coin to drop to -20 so that your coin should still continue to buy. I mean, the robot should still continue to buy. So what I allocated here, the 2, 2, 2, I was looking at the margin call drop of 20%. Okay, the number of times here, number of buy-in times, it is your capital. How much capital do you want to put in more from core number 5 to core number 14? How much capital do you want to inject from core number 5 to 14? So you are going to allocate this side, how many times the robot should buy. Okay, but we do have strategies that are explaining this. But remember, we've got a specific amount of capital for you to apply those strategies. But I'm sure one of these days we are going to just to teach them from capital 1,000 to 1,005, from 1,005 to 3,000, how can you allocate your margin calls? But here I was just showing you, you want to open extra margin calls. All right, I don't know, I have answered your question there.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So the YouTube channel has been shared. You can pick it up and then watch the recording. Yes, Water, ask your question. I need to be fast because of time. Water, please ask your question. Water, are you still here,
Yes,
Water?
hello. Yes,
Yes,
hello.
please ask your question.
Yes, if you do the call margin, I think the whole position take profits. If you set it to 3.1, as you have in the example, and the robot sell at say 5%, will you get a higher profit than the 3%, or it will wait and come back to the 3.1% minus the drop of 0.1 before it will sell?
So the reason why we are putting a figure here, can you see we do have the whole position take profit callback. The callback is the one that makes you not to be limited if the price or the profit rises, for example, to 10%, but your profit you are targeting is 3%. So if the price rises to 10, instead of the robot giving you 3%, it is going to give you 10% because of this callback that you have put here. But if you're going to put 0 here, the robot is going to only give you 3%, even if the profit goes up to 10% in profit. You are limiting the robot. But when you put a callback, profit callback, then the robot is going to give you whatever it is going to be risen in the profit. In case if the coin is pumping, remember there are coins that pumps. So when the coin is pumping, it gets to 10%. It's gonna give you 10 instead of 3. Did I answer your question? Water, did I answer your question? Let me pick the hand of who was here. Okay, I think the person has disappeared. Let me go to the chat. Okay. Let me come to the chat quickly and answer these questions. Okay, let me start from here. Someone is asking a question on, let me come to the chat. Yes, someone is saying, can I set a negative profit if a coin is not doing very well to reduce the losses further? What do you mean a negative profit? If a profit is negative, is it a profit or is not? A crypto counter, what are you trying to say when you say, can you set a negative profit if the coin is not doing well? How are you going to profit if the profit is negative? Okay, there I'm not understanding crypto counter. Okay, iPhone says if the robot uses sub-bin mode to retain the capital, how does it use the profit to buy? Okay, it uses the profit to bring the average price closer to the current price. It takes back to the market. So when it sells, it leaves the profit there and only gives you the capital for that particular call. Okay, iPhone, that's what the robot does. It takes back the profit. It leaves it there so that when it buys again, then it uses that to reduce the average price to come to current price. What if I first put $300 as my position amount, and then I add it to be 15 as my first buying amount? Then I set my margin calls in double up. Will it be okay? Are you saying your first buying amount to be $300? Juliet Arieb, you are saying, what if I first put $300 as my position amount? I don't understand position amount. Are you talking of the money that the robot is going to put in the market, which is your position amount? And then I add it to be 15 as my first buy-in amount. Yes, if you want the robot to buy for the first time with $300, then after when it buys with $300, then you can come and add it back to 15. You can do that depending on how much capital, how much profit you are looking at for the first buy. Okay? Yes. What else? What else? What else? Okay, Leti is asking, on our example, we use 2% on the cost. Is it not supposed to be 1.5? You can calculate. You can calculate depending on the code drop that you are giving to the extra margin calls. So you can calculate how you're going to allocate. For example, you want 20% or you want 15%. Then you can allocate the 15% to the margin calls you have added to the 15. Okay, there I was just using it as an example. I was not calculating the mathematically. Okay. Katie, what is the implications of setting up a trade or trading without using a preset in place? Yes, if you are going to use the robot to trade a signal that has given a preset price, it means you are buying high. You're gonna buy high at current price. So if you don't put in the preset price, expect your robot to buy at a higher price, because you did not insert the preset price. Okay, you are buying higher than the preset price. That is the implication. You're gonna buy higher. All right. Okay, I think those are the questions. Those are the questions that I have seen in the chat. Okay, all right. So guys, thank you so much. I think we have tarried, we have stayed longer here than expected, but I think that it was of much help. Yes, I think it was of much help. Thank you so much for joining. Do I see hands here? Do I see hands here? Do I see hands? These first hands, I picked them. I'm gonna only pick Juliet. Yes, Juliet, I never allowed you to speak. Yes, Juliet, ask your question before we close.
All right, thank you. Good evening, my leader.
Yes, go ahead. You're loud and clear.
The question is, what if the preset price given is higher than the current price? Can't I enter in a current price?
Definitely. If you are late when the signal is given with the preset price, the time you are checking, you discover that the current price is lower than the preset price. Then just click start button after you have done the setting. You don't need to put in the preset price because it's already up. The current price is lower. So there is no need. So you can just click start. You can just enter at current price.
All right, thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Adiebo, please ask your question. You are the last one. Adiebo, are you still here? Okay, Peter, come on board, Peter. Lexon, Peter.
Yes, me, I'm asking that if the preset price.
Can you hear me, please?
Hello.
Okay, Adiebo, just hold on. I'm gonna give you a chance. Just hold on, Adiebo.
Okay.
Yeah, Peter, go ahead.
Yes, I was asking if the technical profit given is 3%. Hello?
You are breaking. I cannot hear you.
Okay. Are you hearing me now?
Yes, I can hear you now. Go ahead. I think Peter is having a network problem. Yes. Adiebo, you can go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, my leader. Good evening, everyone.
Yes, go ahead.
Can you hear me, please?
Yes, loud and clear.
Yes, I want to really appreciate you for this wonderful training. I've never experienced this before. Royal Q 2021, but I had to quit because I didn't understand the setting. All the money I put in was just going deep. So I had no choice than to liquidate my coin and move out of the Royal Q. But with this training, I think I really appreciate it, and I've grabbed so many things. So I thank you so much. And I think by the time I'll be attending it the second, third, fourth time, become a guru like you. So straight to the question, after the setting, can one leave it to run by itself for 1 full month without changing anything? And will it be dropping profit? Will it be dropping profit without even changing any setting there? That is my question.
Okay, thank you so much for your question. Yes, the training that we are teaching you here, it is picking one coin at a time and trade, which is called one shot. So if you want the robot to keep and buying and selling one coin, then you need to put your coin in a cycle. So we've got different settings for the cycle as well. You can come up with different settings for the cycle, and we can help you in that if you want to put your coin in a cycle. But remember, a cycle needs very good capital for you to trade one coin so that the robot can buy even if the market is going down. So you can buy, the robot can continue buying and selling for 1 full month without you changing anything. That is in a cycle. But these settings that we are providing is for one coin at a time. How you set it up, then you are trading it in one shot.
Okay.
Yeah.
The specific coin to trade with, how do I get to know it by myself?
Which WhatsApp group do you belong to? Which team are you? Because we do have those settings with our leaders. Can I recommend you to check with your leader?
Yeah, I think I'm with Okay Babatunde. Is one of
very good. He's gonna help you with the settings. He's gonna help you with different types of settings, different capital, and different strategies. We do have those settings in place.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
I know leader OBM is gonna help you with that. Just contact him, please. He's gonna help you with that.
Oh, thank you very much. God bless you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Guys, can we end here? Okay, let me pick Darius. Darius, ask your question. Yes, I can hear you. Go ahead.
What I was asking, what if I buy margin cross 7, then I sell it? Can it buy it again?
Yes, the robot can buy from call number 5 to call whatever amount you're gonna put. If it buys, for example, call number 5, then after it has bought call number 5, the price goes up and it reaches the profit percentage for call number 5, which is 1.3. The robot is gonna sell off call number 5. When the price drops again, it will buy again call number 5. Then if it happens that the price drops after buying call number 5, the price keeps on dropping, the robot will buy call number 6 while waiting to sell call number 5. That's what it does. So whatever call the robot buys and it reaches a take profit, the robot will sell that call and it will buy again if the price drops to that percentage that you have set in the margin call drop. That's what normally happens. So the robot can buy call number 5 10 times and sell. If the price is only playing around that price of call number 5, it can buy 15 times. It can buy 20 times and sell while it is waiting to sell call number 1 to 4. That's what we call enjoying the sub-sales. Did I answer your question? Delcy, I think I have answered your question. Okay, so guys, can we call it a night? We have been here for a while now. Yes, we have stayed here for long, yeah. But thank you anyway. This session is always available Monday morning and Monday evening. Signals and Precise. We are here Monday morning and Monday evening, trying to make sure that you guys, you are able to set your trades properly and then profit from them. Okay, so thank you so much, guys. Let's call it a night. By God's grace, let's meet in the morning. To those that are attending the trading class, let's meet at 6:30 South African time and 7:30 East African Standard Time for the extra trading class lessons. All right, so thank you so much, guys. I wish you a lovely, lovely night, lovely morning, lovely evening, depending on your location. Let me say bye from my side. May the good Lord be with you guys. We love you all. Thank you.